Happening right now, a victory Monday indeed for Bernie Kosar as he's leaving the hospital just 1 week after his liver transplant surgery. The Browns legend spoke less than an hour ago. Welcome to 3 News at 4. I'm Danielle Wiggins in for Christy Paul today. So in the last hour, we did hear from Bernie Kosar and his doctor as they addressed the media upon his discharge. And so now Jay Crawford and Monica Robbins, they are at university hospitals right now with what everyone had to say. And Jay and Monica, I must say the most powerful portion for me was when Bernie said that he didn't think he would be alive for his 62nd birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, Danielle, no question about it. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to everyone at home. Monica, I think that's the thing that most struck us as well. Disney, he actually framed this as a Disney movie, too good to be true. That's exactly how he paraphrased it. And when you think about it, this is not just Thanksgiving week. Tomorrow is Bernie's 62nd birthday. And he said, really, he did not expect he would leave the hospital alive. That's where he was about 10 weeks ago. I know, Mon, you had a chance to talk to the doctor and his medical team. It was obvious, just absolutely incredibly professional. Bernie, so thankful for them. Really, they've saved his life.
They really did. And there were so many unique aspects to his case, too, because we know he had been in the hospital for over 2 weeks dealing with, many bleeding issues that was putting him higher at risk and putting him higher on the list, if you will. And the surgery, once he finally went into surgery, 5 hours, which a lot of people are like, whoa, that is like, wicked fast. And to an extent, yes, it is fast because a typical deceased liver transplant would take about 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours. But in his case, the other interesting thing is he was so stable on the operating room table that they were able to start bringing him out of sedation early while he was still in the operating room. So that just tells you what a strong individual he is. But the big question is, what's next for him? Here's what his doctor had to say.
He will be on our kind of routine follow-up. So we see patients once a week for a couple visits, lots of blood testing. We take very close monitoring, so blood work twice a week typically to make sure we're having a tight hold on what's going on as he and the new organ get used to each other. But that's kind of a routine thing. And then the further and further out you get from the transplant, the less and less he has to see us. And the less
You're stuck with me, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They are definitely stuck with him, and he's not sorry about it. He was incredibly grateful to the university hospital's transplant crew that helped him, kept him alive, essentially. Something else that, obviously he will be taking anti-rejection medication for the rest of his life, and there's some interesting factors relating to that, too, that we'll get to later in the news that, I asked the doctor a couple of questions about that because, he is also diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. So that is something else that has to be taken into consideration as well.
It was fun to watch, Mon, the rapport between Dr. Stewart and Bernie. You have to remember, Bernie has spent his entire young adult life in competitive athletics. And in pro sports, you're constantly looking for the words cleared to play. And those words obviously had a much different meaning for Bernie this time around because it literally, you could transform play to live. Yes. He is looking this, and it is a life-saving operation. And there is a lot of emotion right now. Everything is so euphoric on Bernie's side, but not lost on Bernie is the fact that a young man passed away, and that's what's given Bernie this new lease on life. The family of the donor, Bryce Dunlop, actually released a statement this afternoon, one that Bernie had not heard. I read it to him and asked him to respond to it just a short while ago. Take a look. We just got a statement from Bryce's family, and I'm not sure if you've seen this. It was just released. I wanted to read it to you. It says, "We are so happy for Bernie being released so he can continue to recover in comfort. We truly believe that Bryce is looking down and is so proud that he helped the Browns legend. And that is what is getting us by. Bryce was an amazing boy with the biggest heart." What do you say to that?
So I'm trying not to cry first. I love him. Yes, he's looking down on me, and I'm so thankful for that. But he's also within me. I feel him within me. I know that sounds corny or out there. I feel him within me. There's more than me in me now. There's no doubt about that. I I just love him and his family. You matter.
And that has become Bernie's mantra, you matter. Bernie's mom was here in attendance today, a wonderful woman.
Very emotional to see her meeting the doctor as well.
It was. Also, Bernie said now Bryce's mom is kind of his mom part two, because they will always have this lifelong connection. Much more on Bernie's release, incredibly 7 days after undergoing a life-saving liver transplant here at University Hospitals.